was a gentleman by the name of Jeff Brunel, who we both know. He asked me for, I met him once for breakfast. Nice guy, good breakfast, he bought breakfast. Next thing I know, he's calling me up and asking me to invest $500,000 in a project. I thought, yeah, I thought the breakfast was free. He was a computer-based investment. I put in not the full 500. I can't remember what I put in. I think I put in $250,000 or $300,000. And in a very short period of time, I more than doubled that investment. I think it was almost a triple investment. You know what I'm talking about. And I tell you what, that felt pretty good. And I said, sign me up for those Irish Angels. Okay. So one of the things I do is I am an investor, and I look for investments. But I do more than that as an investor. I now have an opportunity to deal with, how many angels are there? 275 angels. So think about it. I now have broadened my network of deal flow. I've broadened my network of capital sources. I've broadened my network of people I can partner with. So I've created a pool of people. And again, that's why, an example of why, it's important for you to make sure that the university stays solid, because the same thing will happen here. And you now have, Facebook. I don't know if you guys down here are big in Facebook, but it's a tremendous tool. It's a tremendous business tool. I can keep track of people that I'm in different relationships with real quickly, and it's as if we were having a cocktail or a beer every day. So I'm an investor, and I'd be happy to tell you more about that. Now, I've done too much talking, but I wanted to say a few things to, you don't have to agree so good. So what I want to do is get a better sense of what you're about and what you would like to get out of a conversation like this, because you took a tremendously risky investment. The investment you just took was you invested your time, which I think is the most valuable resource, into coming here to listen to someone like me and Jim talk. So I would like to open it up for questions or comments if you have them. Okay, let me do this. Let me ask you what you're trying to get out of this class.
Voy a hacer en español la...
Yeah, there we go.
Well, when I first came here in this course, I was looking for a way to think about maybe different ideas that I could bring to my company, from here. Not the idea, but the way to think about an idea. But now that I'm here, I feel like I'm not fully prepared for this. I mean, it involves a lot of things. It's hard. You gotta have a very special way of thinking about this thing. It's not trivial. It's not easy. But as I told you before, first the reason I came here is just to prepare my mind, like a mindset to prepare this kind of stuff. Have initiatives and how to make an idea.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you can repeat the question in order to have the conversation.
What is your name, sir?
Daniel.
Daniel? Daniel came to this class originally so he could come up with new ideas to bring back to his company, his employer. But as he got into the, I guess you're saying, the business curriculum, he learned that the process of business involves a lot more structured thinking in different areas than he realized. That it was, I'm now putting words in your mouth, but it was not so simplistic as getting one idea and saying, okay, I've got a great idea, now let's go launch it. but there's a big distance between the lip and the cup in terms of taking a concept and moving it down the path of concept validation, market acceptance, business support, implementation, launch, scale, and sustaining that business. Is that a question? Fair to say? So this is what Daniel was saying he came to the class. What kind of business are we in?
Energy distribution.
Energy distribution. Okay. I know a little bit about that. Okay. So, in our country, it's a business that's gone through a lot of changes over the years with different regulation, deregulation, and opportunities. And I know that's happening down here as well.
Yeah. Here, right now, it's totally regulated.
It's totally regulated.
Yeah.
And it probably will eventually be deregulated. I would think, at some point. Any other comments or questions?
So, I know
How many people here have a desire to continue to work with your existing company? Consider bosses. Your bosses are here. Okay. All right.
That's a difficult question.
That's a difficult question. Okay. All right. Let me rephrase that question.
Managers want to keep the employees.
Will all the bosses please leave the room? No. Let me ask the bosses. For the people who are here on your staff, what do you want these employees to get out of this experience? You want to take a shot?
Bueno, nosotros somos una empresa de innovación.
Would you say it one more time?
Okay. Nuestra empresa es una empresa de innovación.
Yeah, ahora sí.
¿Ahora? ¿Ahí sí?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bueno, nuestra empresa es una empresa de innovación y la verdad que estoy aquí con 4 de mis colaboradores, son precisamente de investigación y desarrollo de la empresa, porque tengo mucha fe en que encontrar a seguidores de sueño que tenemos nosotros de innovar y de desarrollar cosas nuevas. Y quiero que aprendan eso, o sea, a mí me gustaría mucho que la empresa salieran nuevas personas que volaran y que soñaran, que pudieran cumplir sus deseos. ¿Qué deseo yo? Que sean felices.
Okay. Did everyone heard his question? Actually, you're touching on something that's very fundamental to the business prospect. And in his wish for his employees, he effectively said he wants to bring people here to help stimulate a mindset to learn how to innovate. And they can take that innovation into their work. And I think he said happy, be happy and be fulfilled. And there are a couple of things that I want that strike me as I'm just reacting top of the mind to your question. Number one, for those of you who have asked, is there questions and there's a hesitation to ask a question of me? I know how that is. But one of the things I would coax you to do is, as innovators, if you want to be an innovator, as you want to grow, you need to take the risk of being able to project yourself and ask that question early And you need to do it for a couple of reasons. It'll be harder to innovate if you are hesitant to ask questions. And asking questions is asking questions to yourself, challenging things, but it's also asking questions in a group like this. There is an uncomfort zone, particularly because of the language issue, and because of a little bit of an open forum, to ask the question. I don't know, at least for a long time, of anyone getting shot for asking a question. Okay? My father oftentimes probably wanted to do that to me, but as part of innovation, the reason I'm suggesting this is something as basic as that. Because what's your name, sir?
Patricio Lagos.
Patricio Lagos?